The first thing we need to understand is in the design of experiment what we would like to achieve.
हाँ वो
So
कहाँ की
whether
होती है?
the response should be in terms of profit, whether the response should be in terms of quality. Quality means with respect to
क्या
what
होगा वो?
parameter we need to consider. So all these things will be coming. So I was talking with quality aspect. So when we are talking about the quality aspect, now the customer
गूगल
requirement
से
might be with
आई मीन
respect to
गूगल से
say sports car. So it might be with respect to luxury car. It totally goes with the customer requirement. So how we are going to
It's
design
not
the
clear. Just
experiment?
take it.
So
Just take it.
first is customer requirement that will be considered in the design of experiment. The second will be the scientific and engineering knowledge that will be utilized, and this will be used for designing in the laboratories by making use of research and development program, and this product will be developed and it will be sold in the market. When it comes to cost, so cost will be in three categories. One is the R&D cost, that means the product has to be first developed in the laboratory, and that means it should be prepared in the lab scale. Then it will go to the manufacturing area. There we are going to have the manufacturing cost. Then once this particular car is sold to the customer, then comes operation cost. So depreciation cost will also come in this. That means we need to consider total cost when we are talking about the cost of the product. So it includes R&D cost, manufacturing cost, as well as the third one I have talked about is the operating cost. So it's very important that in design of experiment, so what we would like to achieve, so is very important. Outcome is very important, that is response, whether we are checking for the quality or we are checking for the profit or both. So depending on this, I'll just go ahead with the next slide. Necessity. So why we would like to go for these particular experiments? Say once this particular Japan
क्लियर
was
करते
being
रहना
dropped with
यूट्यूब
a
पे भी.
bomb, and even then they have made and come back
Yes. Thank you.
within a short period of time, and still we are in the stage of developing nation. So that means there is some difference in the development process that has taken place between that country and our country. So what is that? So they might have reduced the number of experiments. That means the cost on the experiment and the cost of spending the this particular R&D works has been reduced, because of what we'll be discussing again in the coming slides. And because of this reduction in the number of experiments and reduction in the number of the test results, because of this they could achieve the results within least time, and the time was being reduced, and they have not compromised with the quality. So if you check any Japanese product, they will not be compromising with the quality. So they have some experimentation part. That means they have made use of some statistics, engineering, and scientific knowledge, as well as they have met the customer requirement without compromising on the quality. So it's very important that ultimately whatever the product we develop or whatever the research we do, it should be reproducible. That means because of which factor this particular result is getting affected. So that is very important. That's why percentage contribution can be found out if we are going to adopt this design of experiment, and we can also optimize and we can develop the mathematical equations. Anyway, we'll be calculate have going for hand calculation as well as the software calculations for arriving at this particular conclusion. So components of experimental design. So there are going to be four important components. One is factors, we call it as inputs, that is whatever the input we are going to have. That means if we would like to go for preparation of tea, so which are the factors that are going to affect the taste of the tea? So we need to first make a list. It might be with respect to milk, it might be with respect to quality of the water, it might be with respect to quality of the tea powder, or it might be with respect to the sugar. That means these factors can be varied either at the quality level or the quantity level. Let me take the example of tea powder. tea powder of two different brands can be used, and they might be added at different quantities for the same 1 cup of tea preparation. So that means factors are what? Factor is the tea powder. This can be varied based on the quantity. That will be the level. That means setting, we call it. Setting of each factor, we call it as a level. Interaction, the interaction between water and milk, interaction between the milk and tea powder is going to have the effect on the taste. The interaction between the sugar, milk as well as tea powder is going to have the effect on the taste. So we call it as interaction. Interaction is nothing but effect of one factor depends on the level of the other factor. That means if I'm making use of milk, if I'm taking one brand of tea powder and its effect on the taste will be different. If I'm going to go for second brand which is having high quality and it is little bit expensive and it consists of some spices in it, in that case what will happen is the taste will again vary. That means there will be interaction between the milk and the tea powder provided the other factors are going to be kept same. So response. A response is nothing but the output of the experiment. So what, as I was talking with the example of preparation of tea, the response was tea. So we can again take other responses. It might be with respect to temperature of the tea we want, whether we are going for cold tea or hot tea or cold coffee or hot coffee. Similarly, consistency, color, these might be the other responses the customer wants at the restaurant or at the house itself. So when we talk about factors, there are two types of factors we'll be considering. One is called as categorical factor and another one is called as numeric factor. So what are these factors? Say I was talking about preparation of tea. So let me take the same example. The quantity of tea powder added is going to define the numeric factor. The quality of the tea powder added will be nothing but categorical factor. Similarly, if I am going to go for farming or if I am going to go for agricultural activity, again I need to consider numeric factor as well as categorical factor. That is quality factor, we call it as categorical factor. Quantity factor, we call it as numeric factor. So farming means which type of plantation I would like to go for or which type of crop I would like to go for. So that depends on type of the soil. That means this is nothing but the categorical factor. Quantity of water to be added on daily basis is going to be the numeric factor. Quantity of fertilizer to be added for growing that crop is going to be the numeric factor. That means the factors can be divided into two groups. One is numeric factor and another one is categorical factor. You can take any example. So we are going to come up with numeric as well as categorical factor. So let us take one quiz. A group of students measure the effect of playing music on the plant growth. The two factors being changed are the type of music and the time of the day the music is played in the morning or evening. The type of music is which factor? It is categorical factor because it is quality. It defines quality. So it will be the categorical. Okay. So interaction term. So let me take two different examples to define interaction. So in the first one, you have understood factors as well as levels. Now the third one I will be defining is interaction. The effect of one factor depends on the level of the other factor. So that means this effect is nothing but the interaction. So if we are going to wash the clothes, how we can wash the clothes? We can wash using only cold water. We can wash the cloth using cold water plus soap, or we can go for cold water plus soap plus we can put it in a washing machine. Similarly, I can go for hot water plus soap, hot water plus soap plus washing machine. Outcome, time taken and amount of water consumed and the color of that particular clothes, as well as how much amount of pollutants are removed by this washing process. So different methods will give you different outcomes. So that means there is going to be interaction. So definitely hot water plus soap will have more effect, and because of this the time taken will be less, the amount of water consumed might be less, and the amount of pollutant removed will be more. So also hot water, the temperature sometimes affects the quality of the material. So we need to first check what quality of fabric I am washing and whether it will be resistant to that particular temperature. If it is not, then we cannot go for. So we need to understand some limitations of that particular clothes also while before taking it for washing. So that means we need to have some brainstorming sessions done even if we are considering for the clothes for washing. That means in day-to-day life we are doing with these particular kind of experiments knowingly or unknowingly, and you by just making use of common sense will be coming to one conclusion. So let me take the example of washing hands. Because of COVID-19, now many of the people are going for washing the hands, right? Especially by using either hand wash and hot water, or sometimes cold water and soap. So, which will be more effective? If I'm going to wash my hands only with the cold water, if I'm going to wash my hand with cold water and soap and hot water and soap, definitely the interaction effect of hot water and soap will be more to remove the pollutants. The time taken, amount of water consumed will be less. Definitely, hot water plus soap will have more interaction, and because of this, we are going to have very good outcome. So, when we are going for any work, either it might be with respect to experiment or it might be with respect to research and development, the first thing we should understand is objective. How you are going to define the objective? So we need to first have the problem statement. How you are going to have the problem statement? So it depends on which area you are working on, and the second one is on which particular parameters you are going to go for and which outcomes you would like to have. So that means, let us say I will be taking the example of farming. So there are going to be very n number of objectives. Either you would like to grow potato, tomato, onions, or rice, or commercial crops. Now you need to define the objectives. So that means you need to have some literature review done for the area you are going for the farming. The second is you need to have the brainstorming sessions done. What do you mean by brainstorming session? So you like to you have to now have the interaction with the either agricultural department or horticultural department just to understand what are the climatic conditions. Under these climatic conditions, which crops can be grown. You cannot suddenly fix to grow apple in places like South India. That will not grow because the limitations will be there. So that means climatic condition, type of the soil, terrain, amount of precipitation, type of precipitation. So all these things are going to affect the growth of that particular crop. So that is the reason why we should go for literature review just to understand the research gap. That is the first thing. The second is problem statement. The third one comes the objective. After having the brainstorming sessions done, so you can go for the objectives. So now to grow tomato, factors I'll be considering is sunlight. So in a year, how many days the sunlight will be there? How much quantity of water is available, either naturally or artificially? It might be in the form of rainfall, or it might be through canals because of irrigation works. Type of soil, whether it is black cotton soil, loamy soil, sandy soil, silty soil. Climatic conditions totally depends on meteorological conditions. There is a difference between meteorology and meteorology. Meteorology is, that corresponds to study of measurement. Meteorology corresponds to study of factors which are connected with weather conditions. Now there is a difference between climate and weather. Climate corresponds to full globe, weather corresponds to local or regional effects. Uh, Secret plant food, sometimes we'll be going for fertilizers or the materials which are very rich in NPK, that is sodium, potassium, sulfur, all these things. So we'll be going for that. So outcome is, it might be only quantity of the tomatoes that I would like to check for, or it might be with respect to profit. If I'm going for profit, then I would like to also check for the quality of the tomatoes grown, quantity of the tomatoes grown, as well as the profit. That means quality and quantity both corresponds to the profit. If the quality is bad, if the quality of the tomatoes that are being grown in the farms is very bad, if quantity is huge, then you may not get that particular profit. That means quality, as I told. So what are the customer requirements in that particular area? So that we need to understand. That means we can come to this conclusion for going for this particular tomato if and only if we have done the brainstorming sessions. Let me take the example of preparation of cake. So when you are going for preparation of the cake, so it might be with respect to the taste of the cake, color, consistency. So we are going to make use of oven, sugar, flour, eggs. So these are what factors. This oven, it can be varied. The oven temperature can be varied at various levels. That means it is a setting value. That means it is a level. Sugar, the quantity of sugar added to the preparation of the cake can be varied. This will be again the setting value. Sugar is what? Sugar is a factor, and this particular the quantity of the sugar added to the cake is what? It is a level. Similarly, the quantity of flour to be added to the cake can be varied depending on the quantity of the cake required. It might be in terms of kgs again. So that can be considered. Let me take the example. Let's first have discussion on hand calculation, then I'll be going for software. Katrina has been preparing the cake at home during lockdown. She designs a simple two-factor experiment to optimize the taste of the cake. She creates 4 batches of the cakes according to design of experiment. She makes use of 2 factors, type of sweetener and baking time. Now, what has happened is, I have just taken one name. You can take your own name. During lockdown, you might have prepared many of the items during this. Many people have learned many recipes during this. So, I have just taken preparation of the cake. So, this preparation of the cake can be done by varying 2 factors. There are n number of factors. Just to make you understand, at this point of time, I have taken 2 factors, that is type of sweetener and baking time. Type of sweetener, jaggery and sugar. So the 2 sweeteners that are being used by Katrina are jaggery and sugar. Baking time minimum 30 minutes, maximum 60 minutes. Now, why she has chosen minimum of 30 minutes and maximum of 60 minutes? We need to understand this. That means she might have done some brainstorming session. Either she might have seen YouTube video, or she might have asked her friend why we should go for 30 minutes. Why not 0 minutes? Why not 5 minutes? Why not 10 minutes? That means she has done some brainstorming session. Below 30 minutes, whatever the materials are there, those things may not get baked. If I am going to have the maximum time that is greater than 60 minutes, whatever the materials are there, so that will get over baked, or the color itself might get affected. Forget about the taste. Everything will get burnt. So that is the reason why we are going for minimum of 30 minutes and maximum of 60 minutes. One more factor we can consider is temperature. Now at present, we are not going for 3 factors. Just to make you understand, I have taken only 2 factors. So total number of experiments that can be conducted in this example is how much? Level to the power factor. How many levels are there? See here, jaggery and sugar, These are the setting times. These are the levels for type of sweeteners. For the second factor, baking time, how many levels we have? Minimum 30 minutes and maximum 60 minutes. Here also we have two levels. That means level to the power factor is how much? That is 2 to the power 2. That is 2 is the level, number of levels used. Number of factors we have is 2. That means 2 to the power 2 will be 4. That means she has conducted 4 experiments. So here in the design of experiment, we'll be making use of coded values. So minimum value will be represented as -1. The maximum value will be represented as +1. Say factors we have considered is type of sweetener and baking time. Type of sweetener I'll call it as factor A. Baking time I'll call it as factor B. So this type of sweetener, minimum level I have taken is jaggery. Maximum level I have taken is sugar. Please understand, type of sweetener, it's what? Which factor it is? Categorical or numeric? It is categorical factor. It indicates the quality. Baking time, it is in terms of quantity, 30 minutes and 60 minutes. It is numeric factor. So baking time, the coded form is B. 30 minutes will be taken as -1. 60 minutes will be taken as +1. So I want the audience just to concentrate on this coded and uncoded tables. The top table, it indicates uncoded table, it is coded, the second one at the bottom. So type of sweetener we called it as A factor, baking time we called it as factor B, minimum level, maximum level, that is jaggery we have taken -1, sugar we have taken +1. Similarly for baking time, minimum 30 minutes, so we have taken -1, and for maximum we have taken +1. So response is what? We have taken only single response. We have not gone for multi-response table. At present we have taken only single response. It is taste. So coming to standard order table. So how to conduct the experiment, how to incorporate the values, for a simple experiment, that is for preparation of the cake. So sweetener, that is A factor, baking time B factor, taste is the outcome. So she has performed 4 experiment. How she has performed 4 experiment? So let me explain the standard order table. So here the sweetener column A will be taken as -1, +1, -1, +1. Second column baking time will be taken as -1, -1, +1, +1. This is a standard order for the arrangement of the factors and levels. So how to conduct the experiment? The experiments may not be conducted in this particular order itself. We can go for random. So we can prepare the chits, we can call 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can just ask your friend to pick up the chit. So let us say that person will pick 4 number as a first experiment, second one as a second, and third one as a third experiment, and fourth one as a first experiment. But when you will be going for tabulating the values, it should be in the standard order. So taste, let us say for sweetener, that is for the jaggery, and baking time of 30 minutes, the taste we have got is 2 out of 10. When we have gone for +1, -1, that means sweetener +1. Sweetener +1 indicates what? Sugar. And baking time of 30 minutes. We have got how much? Outcome. Taste outcome is 4. Similarly, we have gone for jaggery and we have gone for 60 minutes baking time. We have got the taste outcome 6. Similarly, when I have taken this particular sugar, that is +1, and baking time of 60 minutes, I have got outcome as 8. So let me just go back to the previous slide just to make you understand. So Katrina started with the preparation of the cake by selecting 2 types of sweeteners, and 2 baking times. That means there are 2 factors, that is, one is type of sweetener, second one is baking time. She has selected minimum level for the sweetener as jaggery and maximum level for the sweetener as sugar. Similarly, she has selected minimum baking time 30 minutes and maximum 60 minutes. This one we have incorporated in the coded form. We called jaggery as -1 and sugar as +1. Similarly, baking time we have taken -1 and +1. We incorporated these values, these coded values in the standard order. How to incorporate the or how to frame this particular standard order table. So A factor will be arranged in terms of -1 +1 -1 +1. Baking time, it will be in terms of -1 -1 +1 +1. Based on this, the Katrina conducted the experiment and she has prepared the cake, and the taste outcomes are like this. Now we need to go for what is called as cube plot. How to draw the cube plot? I have taken the example of preparation of the cake. So when Katrina selected the first one, that is -1 -1. What is -1 -1? She has taken jaggery and 30 minutes baking time. At that time, baking time was, or at that time, we have got the taste as 2. When she has selected sugar and 30 minutes, taste outcome was 4. Jaggery and 60 minutes baking time, outcome was 6. And sugar and baking time of 60 minutes, we have got the taste as 8. How to incorporate? So that means as per the standard order, we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So how to go for the cube plot? First we need to prepare one square box. So we need to write on the x-axis A factor, on the y-axis we are going to write B factor. So we'll be writing it as B, or you can write it as baking time. A factor, it corresponds to type of the sweetener added. So type of the sweetener we have selected is jaggery on -1 and +1 is sugar. Similarly, when we have taken B factor baking time, the minimum is 30 minutes and maximum is 60 minutes. So how we are going to incorporate the values? -1 -1, 2. The outcome for -1 and -1 setting is 2. +1 and -1 is 4. And -1 +1 is 6. And when we had A factor set to +1 and B factor set to +1, we have got the result of the taste of that particular cake as 8. That means if you have incorporated the value as per the standard order, you are going to write these values or represent these values in the form of cube plot 2, 4, 6, 8. That means as per the standard order, if you have incorporated the values in the table, you are going to write it as a cube plot directly. 2 on this place, 4 at this place, 6 and 8. Now based on this, what is your interpretation? The interpretation is very important. It's not about conducting the experiment or incorporating the values of the outcome in a standard order. It's all about interpretation. Your journals will get published if and only if you can justify the answers and give proper justification for the answer, and you are going to interpret. So in this case, as we go for baking time, that is from 30 to 60 minutes, there is substantial increase in the taste. So irrespective of the sweetener use, either it might be a jaggery or it might be a sugar. Let me take the example. So earlier in the first row, we have taste. How much is the value? 2. For the third row, for the same sweetener, baking time is being increased. We have got increase in the taste by how much value? By 4. Similarly, sugar, for 30 minutes baking time, it was giving taste value of 4, and suddenly for the same quantity of sugar, but increase in the baking time, it has increased the taste value. That means the taste has substantially increased with respect to baking time. However, we need to reproduce this. So that means whatever the work we do, we need to reproduce. That means how we are going to reproduce. So we need to develop some mathematical equations. How to develop this mathematical equation? So in this particular example, I have developed one mathematical equation. How we have developed this particular mathematical equation? This one is developed based on the Q plot and standard order table. That means we have 2, 4, 6, 8. How we got this particular prediction y is equal to 5 plus 1 times xa plus 2 times xp and 0 times xa xb? How we have got this? So let us try to understand this. Then incorporate the values in the software and what are the commands that needs to be followed. We'll try to understand that. So this particular phi is nothing but what? Intercept or baseline. So when we consider linear model, so y is equal to a plus c, so we'll be considering this. So that means this is nothing but the intercept. How we got this phi value? That is 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 6. That means 14 plus 18 plus 20 divided by 4. How many values are there? There are 4 values. That means we'll be just taking the average. 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. That means total value is how much? 20. 20 divided by 4, we are going to get 5. That means the first value that is required for the mathematical equation we have developed. How we got xa value? So that is nothing but we need to consider the plus and minus. That means let us say in the Q plot, a plus values are 4 and 8 and a minus values we have are 2 and 4. That means always go from higher to lower. That means 8 minus 6, here we have done, and 4 minus 2. That means we have got how much? 8 minus 6 is 2 and 4 minus 2 is how much? 2. That means the total value is how much? 4. 4 divided by, actually we are going to take 2 initially. That means we are going to get 2. But again we will be dividing it by one more 2. Why? Because see here in this particular Q plot, we have represented it directly from minus 1 to plus 1. But we have one more coded value called as 0. That means this particular value will have leap of 2. That means this 4 divided by 2 is from minus 1 to plus 1. If I am going to have the consideration of minus 1 to 0 and 0 to plus 1, again I need to divide it by 2 because there are leap of 2. That means 4 divided by 4, I am going to get how much? 1. This is with respect to what? xa. The effect of xa, that is coded variable. Similarly, when I consider for the b, that is baking time, I need to come from maximum to minimum, that is highest to lowest. That is 8 minus 4 is how much? 4, and 6 minus 2 is how much? 4. That means 4 plus 4 is 8. So divided by 2, again from minus 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. So that means I am going to have again divided by 2, and because of this 8 divided by 4, I am going to get 2 times x. Now here the interaction is 0. The interaction between xa and xb is 0. Why it is 0? Because let me take the example of this, how we calculate this interaction effect. Interaction effect is nothing but the difference between b plus and b minus for the a, and interaction effect for b will be a plus and a minus. That means if I am going to consider the interaction effect for a, that means 8 minus 2 is how much? 2, minus of 4 minus 2 is 2, that means 2 minus 2 will be 0. Similarly, you can take the example for xa, xb considering b. So that means 8 minus 4 is 4, minus of 6 minus 2 is 4, that means 4 minus 4 will be 0. Because of this, the mathematical equation we are going to have is 0. The interaction means what? Interaction means effect of one factor depends on the level of the other factor. In this case, the interaction of factor A depends on the level of factor B. But in this case, there is no such interaction. So we can also try to understand this particular interaction, whether there is interaction or not. To understand this, we are going to draw one graph. Let us say I'll be making use of graph paper. I'll consider the x-axis as A and y-axis as B. So I'll just join 2 to 4 and I'll join 6 to 8. These two lines are parallel to each other. Whenever we are going to have parallel lines, there won't be any interaction. That means in this case, there are parallel lines, and we have proved it with the simple mathematics that we are going to have the interaction effect as 0. That means graph as well as the mathematical equation prove that there is no interaction between baking time and the type of the sweetener. So baking time has more effect. Now we'll be going for Pareto plot. Pareto plot means it indicates which factor will be more significant and whether there are any interactions between two factors or the three factors that we have selected. This Pareto plot can be plotted by making use of either Minitop software or by making use of RStudio. In this case, I have made use of RStudio because in RStudio we can definitely get to know whether this particular factor will have positive effect or negative effect. So gray color bars indicate negative effect, black color bars indicate positive effect. In this particular case, we have having positive effect. B is also having positive effect on the taste, that is baking time is also having the positive effect, as well as the type of the sweetener used is having positive effect on the taste. By common sense, we can tell that yes, sugar and jaggery will yield the taste. But when someone asks you to prove it, so you need to conduct the experiment and you can prove in this particular fashion in a scientific and technical manner. So that means what is the end result we want? We want more taste. That means the taste value should increase. That means both A and B are yielding positive results. And you can see the interaction of A and B is 0 from the Pareto plot. That means I have proved there is no interaction with respect to simple mathematical calculation. I have proved it by making use of interaction plots. I have proved it, same conclusion is drawn from RStudio. So let us try to understand the interaction effect by drawing this particular contour plot. How the contour plot is done? Say 2, 6 somewhere it will be coming here. So that means between 4 and 8. So at the middle, this particular, what do you mean by contour? The line joining the points of equal values. So that one we call it as contour. So here this particular contour plot represents straight line. That means there is no curvature in the contour plot. It indicates that there is no interaction between A and B. Now what all the things that we have learned in this particular example? We understood how to draw a Q plot, how to draw a contour plot, and what is the significance of Pareto plot, and how we can go for interaction plots. So can you predict the values? For xa minus 1 and xb minus 1, that is minus 1, these are coded variable. If someone asks you, okay, let me check the taste